Well. Uh-oh. I'm starting a minute late. Well, I tell you what. I've got a lot of really cool stuff I want to talk about today. Something very, very cool that's very important to me, and I really want to share with you guys that I'm excited about. And I've got a couple of fresh cracks here. Two of them that I haven't even tasted yet. I mean, one I haven't tasted at all, and one I haven't had officially here yet. I want to talk to you about something that I posted today that was an absolute mind blower of a new bottle, reasonably priced. If you didn't see my video today, shame on you, but we're going to be talking about that. Man, we're just going to do an hour really quick. Whiskey Bonded Live Wednesdays. You guys, everybody's checking in. It's nice to see everybody here. Let me get my little, I got to get my little chat window here so I can see what you guys are talking about. I do not have the assistance of Mrs. Whiskey Bonded today. She is not having it today. Not having it today. She's in there watching Southern Charm or Real Housewives or something. I don't know. But we are here with you. And okay, we're good. So thanks for guys who are checking in. Hi, Joyce. Squirrel. There's my boy Squirrel. Gonna see Squirrel in Texas here pretty soon. I'm excited. I'm excited for the barrel pick. Devin, Tom, Cam, Knish, everybody checking in. Appreciate you guys. So I want to start out something. I think you guys noticed I'm wearing a Garrison Brothers shirt. Bonus points for anybody else who notices anything different today, other than that, different today. No, I didn't change my eye color. But there is something different. There's something different in the studio. Yeah, real Housewives of Bardstown. What's going on, Kevin Connor? We will talk about the single barrels, the single barrels picks. Yeah, you know what? And I'll tell you why. I'm glad that you said that. Peters, here's why I got the Garrison Brothers thing. So I'm working on something with Garrison Brothers. I was just shooting some content today for it, and I want to share it with you guys because I think it's a really, really good cause. It doesn't require you to spend a dime, which we're all real happy about that anymore because it seems like everything that you guys watch on the internet now, myself included, they're always asking you to spend money. But this is something really cool where they're not asking you to spend money. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or not, but I'm going to share this with you. I want to show you this really quick. Garrison Brothers has actually got a new campaign going that is nothing more than celebrating the 250th anniversary of America and just taking a minute to try and recognize some of the everyday heroes in our community. I don't know if you guys have looked at it, if you've seen it. Thanks, CBR. Yeah, this is actually got a little help getting this one. So this is Garrison Brothers' Generous Pours campaign, and I wanted to go over this with you guys real quick today because I really want you guys to take a minute and check this out. Check out the really cool stories on here and maybe try to think of somebody that you can nominate. It's really, really simple. Garrison Brothers is just looking for people to nominate people in their lives that are community leaders, that epitomize service and sacrifice of self for the good of others. You know, firefighters, first responders, frontline military, veterans, nurses, teachers. You know, maybe you just got a great neighbor. But it's basically, there's a nomination form here. You can nominate the person. And the cool thing about going on here is you can actually go on here and see some of the other people that have been nominated. I just think it's a really good, positive, feel-good thing. I'm really hoping to see a lot of patriotism this year with the 250th anniversary of America. I love the Garrison Brothers. One of the things I love about the Garrison Brothers, as an obvious example of that, I love the Garrison Brothers' American pride. They're not afraid to do stuff with the military, with the red, white, and blue, just to kind of say, you know, we are proud of this country. We are proud of Americans. And this is a really great example of this. You guys, all you got to do is go to the garrisonbrothers.com. Generous Pours is right on the front page. Just get in there, put somebody in. There's a little nomination form here. You can talk about who that person is, send in some photos. I am going to nominate somebody, and I'll make a video about that now pretty soon here. But between now and March 31st, and then they're going to pick 10 people out of these heroes and recognize them in some way. And I just think it's really, really cool. So if you have somebody in your life that fits this, please take a minute when we're done with the live, go to Garrison Brothers, nominate them, vote for somebody else. It is a really cool cause. It's a very patriotic thing. And I think it's freaking awesome. So I have agreed to partner with Garrison Brothers to just talk about it. I want to make some videos about it. You guys see some posts about it because I'm all about this kind of thing. This is what I'm about. If you guys didn't know that, I'm a very proud, patriotic American. I love American bourbon. I love the red, white, and blue, and the veterans, and I love Garrison Brothers. How's that? So you guys definitely, and you'll see more about that from me, and I'll put links in bios and all that crazy stuff to talk about it, over the next 6 weeks or something like that. So thanks for listening. You guys, please check that out. That's why I'm wearing the Garrison Brothers shirts, because I was trying to work on that content today, man. I really take this stuff seriously. It's tough to do the content. You guys, I bang out these review videos because they're fun for me and I like them. And there's a little bit of editing involved. But when it comes to something serious like this, it's going to take me a lot of time to get it the way that I want to. And if you're a military veteran, by the way, a squirrel with the Semperfi. If you're a military veteran, thank you very much for your service. If you are a first responder, thank you very much for your service. A teacher, a nurse, somebody who goes to food banks and feeds people, somebody who mows your neighbor's lawn. I don't care what it is. Anything that is an example of somebody doing something for somebody else just because it's the right thing to do, or because they're trying to be selfless, or putting themselves aside to help somebody else. That's what it's about. So there's that. Do it. Please. All right. So check this out. You guys may have seen this morning or today, okay? I did a review, and I believe I posted it today. You'll have to excuse me if I got this wrong. I believe I posted it today. My review of the Green River Wheated Bourbon. And I know you guys saw this because yesterday was the end of the embargo. So when they do these things, they send these things out. Here, let me pull back the curtain. We'll pull back the social media curtain. When we get samples like this, a lot of times they will put them under something called embargoes. Okay, and an embargo means that you can't talk about it before a certain date. So what happens is, when they send out these samples and you put it on embargo, a lot of the times you'll see all of the content creators post on the same day. You saw it happen with the Bardstown New Labels. You saw it happen with the Green River, because everybody's trying to get ahead of it early on. Okay. But Gordon, you can get Garrison Brothers at bondabottleshop.com. And if you're a patron right now, you can get a really good deal on both Laguna Madre and Cowboy, because they got a little special something for patrons. Damn plastic screw top bottles. I don't love these 200 milliliters, and I joke in the video I can't be bought for 200 milliliters. That's absolutely true. But as you can see, no hype, no fluff on this one. I drank that myself last night. This is freaking good. I mean, to be fair, cask strength wheated bourbon is about as up my alley as you can get. But this is an excellent. We know that Green River is good stuff. I will absolutely be buying the Green River Wheated Full Proof as a regular old all the time. You get the new Garrison Brothers Bottle and Bond? Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir, I did. I will be doing a review on that too, because I'm curious to see. I mean, it's basically going to be a small batch at 100 proof, but it is a little older. It's a little older, a little higher proof than a regular small batch. So I will absolutely be reviewing this for you guys. So yeah, Gordon, if you're a Patreon member, what you need to do is go to whiskeybottle.com, go to the patron special deals link. There's a little tile there, and you'll see the bottles there that there are special deals on for patrons. You got to go back to Patreon and find the post with the discount code, and then you can apply that at bondabottleshop.com and get a little special deal. Yeah, would you say that's the best Green River so far? Peters, as far as the regular offerings and the regular rye bourbon full proof, yes, this is the best Green River. In fact, you know what? Screw that. This is the best Green River that I've had so far, personally. Yeah. Ooh, Green River is amazing. Love their full proof bourbon. So we're looking forward to this wheated full proof bourbon. Carl, you are not kidding. Listen, Green River is absolutely one of those lineups where you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. They're very, very good for the price. They got a nice little variety of products, more or less. With the introduction of the full proof wheated, yikes. $50? This is nuts. $109, $50. That is a delicious bottle of whiskey for $50. Now, I'm going to be putting this up against every wheated thing that I can think of, but I'm already worried about the Wellers. I'll tell you that right now. I'm already really worried about the Wellers. And you guys know that we do have a bondabottleshop.com wheated full proof pick coming. Hopefully in the next drop. I don't know. These whole drop things have got me. It's hard to get the timing and stuff on them. So let's get it on. So there's that. Boop. Like, can you see that still in the video? I got to keep my chat profile up. Okay, so there's the Green River full proof. This will be in the shop. I will get the Green River full proof wheated in the shop. But for some reason, these things tend to be a little delayed. Speaking of wheated bourbon, I got the new chicken cock wheat. I did crack it today because I did do a little popping corks and telling jokes. But I'm going to taste this right now. I'm going to taste this live for you guys. because I haven't had it since I had a tiny pour when we did the release of the Chicken Cock Single Barrel for Whiskey Bonded. And I'm already going to tell you this not going to be as good as this. There's just no way. There's no way. The new the Maker's 7 cask is amazing. Maker's 46 cask strength is one I need to get another bottle of and try against this. But let's pour the old chicken cock wheat real quick and see. Still a little bit of pop to that one because I literally just told a joke, popped it open, put the cork back in because I didn't want to taste this. I wanted to taste it live for you guys tonight. And while I'm tasting this, give you my thoughts and talk a little bit more about where we're at on the barrel picking thing. As you guys know, the Las Vegas is coming up at the end of the month. We already drew the names for that. I drew the name for Austin. The Las Vegas thing, we're actually going to do the rare character pick at Pete's house. I think he's a lunatic for that idea, but that is where we're going to do it. I guess he built himself a new home bar in his brand new house. And apparently Pete and I are really good friends, and we're going to do it over at his house. Not the choice I would have made with this group. No offense. Mostly me. Green River Full Proof or Heaven Hill High Wheat. Kevin, I'm gonna side by side those, but right now, after drinking that thing last night, I'm thinking it's gonna be that Green River. But that's a very interesting side by side. I'm gonna blind those because you're talking about $100 bottle. You're talking about the grained glassers, the $100 grained glasser and the Green River Full Proof for half the price. I'm telling you, this Green River Full Proof is going to give everybody hell. It is. Blind the Green River Full Proof with a Maker's Mark cask strength 7-year 2-month LE. I got this for under $45. I will try and find one of those. I'll tell you right now, me personally, the Maker's Mark cask strength versus the 46 cask strength. Normally, I like the 46, but I haven't had that 7-year yet. I will try and find that. Bardstown High Wheat. I'm betting. I haven't done it yet. In fact, we can crack it. I'm betting that the Green River Full Proof is going to be better, only because you guys know the tie. Slightly higher proof point. That's pretty close. 106 proof. That's an interesting one. There's a good thought. Let's. Yes, all the things we're talking about right now will be in the Bond Bottle Shop. We just get a little delayed sometimes. I don't know why. Okay. As suspected, very pleasant, very nice. This might be one that I would drink on ice. The flavor is not nearly as big and as bold as that Green River, and it's probably a proof thing. I mean, this is only a 94 proofer, but geez, the difference between the flavor, the robustness of flavor between those two is wild. This is nice. I like it a lot. I mean, but it's very much the kind of light caramel and brown sugar, very little spice note. Kind of got that like cream soda. It's soft. Light cherry, light fruit. Finish is kind of medium to short. Any wood notes in it are super gentle, like very, very gentle, very subtle. That's good though. I mean, it's good. A little bit of caramel. I do like that kind of cream soda note that's on there. That kind of, it's not literally a cream soda. It's just kind of that sense of cream soda. A little bit of like baked sweetbread. Really, really nice. Like really, really nice. Let's try the Bardstown wheated bourbon. The problem is I do not have. This was like a 70% corn. This is like a 53% corn. You know, it might actually be a better 100 proofer. This would actually be a closer comparison, to be honest with you. But the proof point is lower. I actually like the black label better than the white label, to be honest. The old black label. Let's see. Let's just see. Hold on a damn minute. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to make this a full weeded blind battle tonight, but because it was brought up in the comments, we're going to try the high wheat here real quick to see how that compares. I have a feeling it's going to fall between the Green River Full Proof and the Chicken Cock wheat. But let's just see. Immediately, the color is definitely darker than the Chicken Cock. That one is the 106 proof, and like I said, little more wheat in it, little less corn. Yeah, listen, Steve, we know you're biased, but you ain't lying. I've blown through several bottles of the old Louisville wheated. Different animal though, man. Okay, pretty good. That is not as good as the Green River Full Proof. I'm telling you, you guys. I'm telling you, this Green River Full Proof is nuts. For $50, this is ridiculous. Let's revisit it. Maybe I was exaggerating. Maybe I just really liked it last night. Yeah, I'm gonna break out the solo blind. I will do that in a long form video. Tell you what, I'll do that in a long form video for the Patreon. Maybe we'll do an extended one. The only weeded that matters is makers. Well, listen, Tim, you're definitely biased, but you're not lying. I mean, Maker's Wood Finishing Series is some of the best weeded bourbons that there are. The 46 cask is a fantastic everyday shelfer. Relatively everyday shelfer. There's no way. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Listen, you guys. Listen. If you ever listened to anything I ever said, and I'm assuming that you do, or you wouldn't be listening to me talk right now. The Green River Full Proof wheat is crazy good. It's crazy good for the money. I mean, are there better wheats? Yes. You start getting into some higher cast strength. I'm trying to think if I got any right here. Some of the higher proof cast strengths. You know, I might try against Screaming Titan, but this is the best weeded bourbon that I've had in quite a while. I mean, dude, come on, man. Like the desk mat. Just buy it. Just buy it. When you see the Green River Full Proof weeded bourbon, I will get it into the shop as quick as I can, and it'll be under $50. That's definitely one I'm gonna buy again. I'm gonna have to now. I feel like there's a challenge. I feel like I gotta try and find a weeded bourbon that's better. There must be one. I'm gonna check all the makers. We'll check Bardstown. We'll check. We'll do the old Lou. I just won't tell you if it loses, Steve. But you're talking about way more expensive bottles. I'll try the Wellers. We'll put the Wellers up against it. I got a Rebel single barrel in there. I got the Old Elk. I got the Old Elk cast strength, the oldest elk. That's a crazy weeder. If it beats that, we're done. I'm shutting the channel down. Hey, everyone, I got a hold of a Russell's 13 still uncracked. Is that a special Friday, very special occasion, or what type of pour? Paulo, great question. The answer to that question is going to depend on what else you have in your collection. Based on the question, that's probably a very special, that's probably a more special than an every Friday pour. But for most of the people that are in the comments here, that's going to be a Friday pour. Yeah, I'd be a great financial advisor. What are you talking about? You'd be like, should I invest in stocks? Buy it. Should I invest in bonds? Buy it. How about crypto? Do it. Real estate? Yes. How do you not win with that strategy? Hey, Tim, thanks for coming by, buddy. I appreciate you, man. I want to show you guys the other. I got another one. Ben Holiday Soft Red Rick House. That's a good one. The Soft Red Wheat Rick House. Yeah, Paulo, share what other bottles you have, man. I mean, what are you using as your Friday night pour now? So what do you use as your Friday night pour and as your special occasion pour now? That'll tell us what the 13 should be to you. Oh my goodness. So here's the other one. I got this today, literally. You guys are seeing this for the first time. I love pulling the curtain back a little bit for you guys during the lives to kind of let you guys see what's going on. They sent me this little thing. Like they send these little promotional things. Got a nice little thank you card. It's very, very cool. The new, I guess, is new to the area. They're increasing their distribution and wanted to get this stuff out to California. They sent it to me because they wanted me to talk about how you can get it in California now. We had a great short barrel. I got a great short barrel, single barrel sitting down here. But this is the 4-grain small batch 92 proofer. It's interesting because it's 4 grain, but it's actually blended 4 grain. So a wheat forward bourbon and a rye bourbon. A rye bourbon. I guess that's a bourbon with rye. It says plus a rye bourbon to create a 4-grain with rye, wheat, malted barley, and corn. Now, my understanding is, and you guys will get more specific information from me on this after I research to do the video, is this is supposed to be a regularly available, inexpensive bottle. And I will tell you something. I popped it for the joke. But the nose is really good here. Let's hear. Check it out. It's gonna pop again because I just popped it. Ready? False alarm. Doesn't misfire. Juicy. The nose on this is nuts. Actually smelled really delicious right out of the get. This will be a neck pour, but I did crack the bottle open, so it's actually been opened, I don't know, a couple of hours. Probably my maker's license plate bottles or Penelope Rio Havana and the Estates. Makers, okay, so Penelope Rio Havana and the States. So Russell's 13 is probably going to be a maybe like an every other Friday pour or something like that. I wouldn't worry about making it a super special occasion bottle because for me anyway, a special occasion bottle is something that you probably are only going to get once, or something that is hard to get and has a very strong sentimental value to you. Mine is the, you can't see back here, my Middleton Very Rare 2017. Very rarely crack it open. I'll never get it again. It has a lot of sentimental value. So I think the Russell's 13 probably is going to be one of those every other Friday or every third Friday or fourth Friday. Mix it in with your Friday night pours. It's a really, I love Russell's 13. It's a really fantastic bottle. It's one of the few bottles that I have more than one of. Not terribly easy to get and not inexpensive. So it is a special bottle. It was at the release of I was at the release of the 4-grain. It is a banger, especially for the price point. Kevin, what is the price point? I did not look that up. I literally just got the bottle in the mail today. I cracked it open for a joke, and then I figured I'm going to taste it here live on the live for you guys and just kind of tell you my impressions of it. Yeah, Russell's 13's coming out probably every year assumptively, but it went up in price from $150 to $200. Clinton Dugan came out last week to Vegas and got strep throat. Now you know. Thank you, Kanish. It was a random. Palos, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Sub $50. It's supposed to be an affordable bottle, so that makes sense to me. Immediately getting honey. Like honey and grain honey, like Honey Nut Cheerios honey. But vanilla and caramel, it's got the bourbon notes. I don't know what the mash bill combination is on this. Actually, really easy drinking. Not a ton of spice to it. A little brown sugar, little tiny bit of chocolate scents, probably from the malted barley. I like a 4-grain because you're getting the notes from all of the grains. There's a little spice. There's a little spice in the finish there. A little bit of oak, a little bit of pepper right at the end. It's funny because you tend to get the corn, and then the corn and the wheat, and then the malted barley, and then the rye didn't really come in until the end. Does add some complexity, though, right in the end there. I was starting to worry a little bit that this was going to be kind of flat as far as the complexity goes. Oh, it says $45 MSRP. What do you mean WTF and there, Steve? What are you WTF and the strep throat comment? SLB Drink said the Wild Turkey 16 is going to be MSRP $4.99. I don't care. Sorry, Kanish. I'm not. I don't know about you guys, but I'm done with $500 bottles of whiskey. I'm just not doing it anymore. Because here's the deal, and I haven't done it all that much, to be clear. But unless it's a 30-year-old Scotch, when you got something that's $50 and this good, I don't understand why you'd spend $500. And Wild Turkey, I mean, we had the Wild Turkey 12-year for $150 in the shop, and that was overpriced. You get the Wild Turkey 8-year now for $50. I'm sure that the 16 is going to be incredible. And I have bought more than one Master's Keep. You can kind of see them back there behind the short barrel for a couple of $100. But there is zero chance that that Wild Turkey 16 year is going to be twice as good as Beacon or Voyage or Triumph or Decades. There's just no way. There's no way. No way. Yeah, you guys listen. I can't wait. We are picking our Wild Turkey single barrel in April, and I guarantee it's going to be the best Wild Turkey ever released on this planet. Okay, maybe not that good, but it's going to be really good, and it ain't going to be $500. How's that? A big Bourbonado. Hello, hey buddy, what's going on? Oh, glad. Thanks for stopping by there, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Wednesday night lives is something we've been doing kind of consistently, but YouTube does not do a great job of pushing it. So unless you know, you know. You got to know to know kind of thing. Stupid question, does 4 grain mean it's still bourbon? That's not a stupid question. That is not a stupid question. A 4 grain can still be a bourbon. This one is a bourbon, but it is not necessarily automatically a bourbon or not. The 51% rule still applies. So you can have 97 grains. Technically, if 51% of it is corn, it can still be a bourbon. This one is a bourbon. It's clearly marked bourbon. You can't legally put bourbon on there, so it's at least 51% corn. We know that. But usually a 4 grain will have, this says corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley. So if I had to guess, you're probably 50 to 55% corn, probably 20-ish percent rye, 25% rye, something like that. And the rest is wheat and malted barley. There's a fair amount of both of those in there. I don't know if anybody knows the mash bill on this. Please put it in there because I'd be interested to know if I'm close. There's a fair amount of malted barley. I'm thinking the malted barley content on this is probably at least 10, just because I'm getting some chocolate notes in there. But no, 4 grain bourbon, two completely different things, almost unrelated, pretty much unrelated. Bourbon is by definition has to do with the corn content. You can put whatever the heck else you want in there, really. How does the new Cowboy compare to last year's 10th anniversary? Oh, Rizzled, I like this one's years better. If you haven't been to the Patreon and seen the section where I ranked the Cowboy bourbons, but this year's 146 is actually really, really delicious. Big flavor, very nice to drink, complex in the right ways. This is this year's Cowboy bourbon, maybe the best Cowboy bourbon ever. But the last few years have all been good for sure. But for me, if you're gonna buy one of the last few years of Cowboy bourbon, buy the current one. Buy the one that's in the shop right now. at the 146 proof, it's $250 as opposed to last year's $300, a little less for patrons. The 10th anniversary was extra money because it was the 10th anniversary, and this year's is better. And somebody said, Squirrel said the 2025 is better than the 10, but not by much. The last few years are marginally different. They're all really, really good. And yes, this year's is better than last year's. Marginally, it is better, but it's less expensive, so it's an easy win for me, personally. Yeah, picked up a Blue Note Honey today. I like the Blue Note styles. Have you had Oak Bowery? I've not there, IROC. I have not had Oak Bowery. There's a lot of stuff I got to get into. Here's my plan. There's so many whiskeys that I haven't gotten into yet. So many distilleries and stuff. Now that the bourbon market is contracting and a lot of those are going to go out of business, it'll make it a lot easier. So I'm going to wait to try and taste every bourbon that exists until maybe at the end of the year or next year when there's less of them. I know it hurts. I hate to say that, but that's my prediction for the year. I'm working on a Uncle Nearest video where I'm going to make a wild prediction about that too. You know, totally unlike me to make wild, outlandish, off-the-cuff predictions, I know. Good evening, all of you wonderful whiskey people. I'm headed home from a Pursuit Spirits tasting release and listening to your melodic voice. Little humble brag from Michael of the Whiskey Sensory Shenanigans. I actually have a Whiskey Sensory Shenanigans Glen right here. Boop. Look at there. Little shout out to Michael. If you want to hire a bourbon sommelier for some crazy unknown reason, consulting or tasting or just general whiskey sensory and shenanigans, look up Michael, Whiskey Sensory Shenanigans. Oak Bowery, isn't that Bruzel? You guys, I don't know Oak Bowery. I don't know. Short barrel, 65% corn, 3% rye, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley. Wow, are you sure? That's that rye content seems 2280. That's not right, buddy. That's not right. The math don't add up, Steve. Fix it. That's only 87%. So you must mean 13% rye. Okay, so then I was a little off on the rye wheat. I probably would have guessed that those were flipped. But I guess it makes sense because the rye is pretty subtle. And the creamy mouthfeel is definitely there. So 20, 65, 85, 95, 97. Is that right? Why would you put the 3%? Steve, why would you put the 3% if that's 3%? 85, 97. Yeah, that adds up. Whatever, dude. I gotta try Oak Bowery when I hung out with Bruzel. It is quite good. It was a fresh crack, needs some air. Is Oak Bowery the distillery that he bought? So is that some of the stuff that was sitting around? It is sourced from Southern Distillery. Ah, okay. That makes sense. I think I did hear that. Yeah, Bruzel's is wild, man. He's and a wild man. 13% right. If you guys bought something from the shop in the last drop and it took forever to get to you, you can blame Bruzel. Because he did a giant drop after us and bogged down the old fulfillment quite a bit. Man, he doesn't what's up, Tim Burson? Bruzel doesn't mess around. That dude is a machine. He is a machine. So the short barrel. We'll do an official review on it, but pretty solid, pretty good. If that really is a $45 bottle of whiskey. Personally, I'm going to rank that right around where that chicken cock is right now. Definitely not as good as the... You guys are going to sense a theme here. I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you have had this? How many of you know what this is? This is one that I'm super curious about that I haven't heard very many people talking about. And we're going to cover this. I'm going to do a video on this. But I'm surprised nobody's been asking me about this. I haven't seen that many people talking about it. And I think it's super interesting, this bottle right here. Like every gray area in whiskey does a 4-grain that technically isn't a regulated term count as if it is blended with 2 mash bills. Well, I mean, technically 4-grain is a vague term, Devin. So yeah, it's got 4 grains. It's a 4-grain. Doesn't matter how you got there. Bruzel's last drop was terrible. The internet got shut down for like 30 minutes. No, that's not true. Bruzel's big, but he's not shut down the internet big. His site might have gone down. That would make some sense. Maybe Bruzel will send you a bottle. Yeah, 4-year purple top. This is the 4-year Willet bourbon. It's pretty interesting to me. Steve, take your math and shove it up your ass, please. I'm done mathing with you today. We're not doing that. The only math we're doing is proof. This is 61.8% alcohol, which is 123.6 proof. That's the only math we're doing. Yeah, have you guys had this? I've heard the 4-year is gross and too young. Yeah, so here's the deal. Here's the deal with this. I am curious about this because I think it's a very interesting decision for Willet to take their purple top, which we all know people chase. They're super expensive, really hard to get, and put it in a bottle that basically looks like a purple top, right? But it's young. I actually heard, so people are guessing, I actually heard it's a 4-year. And I got to look it up. But this bottle was under $60. So I just think it's interesting that with the bourbon glut right now, and I know that Will is taking a lot of their really good stuff and selling it to other places like Bender. Why would you release a less expensive, younger bottle that looks basically indiscernible from your unicorn bottles? I just think it's a really weird choice. A really weird choice on their part. Yeah. Must be sitting on a lot of, but why wouldn't you release more like everybody else is doing? Release more old stuff? I mean, it's very interesting to me that they did this. It's not a single barrel. So I mean, obviously, yeah, it says for 4 years, aged in hand-selected white oak barrels for 4 years, bottled at cask strength. So it's not a single barrel, but at a glance, didn't that look like a purple top? I mean, how would you know the difference? I wish they wouldn't have purple topped that blend, but it's decent. Just decent. It's also $80 at Total Wines in Washington, so I'll never try it. Yeah, Washington, everything's expensive. What do you mean orange citrus? I got a lot of orange citrus notes on it. Orange is citrus. He means citrus notes that came across as orange as opposed to lemon or grapefruit. I get what you're saying, Tom. I get. Branding wise, though, it follows with the 4-grain green top, the 4-year green tops. It does, but I think we all got used to seeing the green top, regular 4-year rye on the shelf. They're kind of everywhere. They were kind of recognizable, but when you saw a purple top, it was something special and immediately stood out. Now there's purple tops everywhere. Interesting. Well, listen, it's why I bought it. I mean, Kenny said I think they're using the recognition of the bottle to drive the sales. Oh, here, I'll crack it. You want me to crack it? I don't give a shit. I'm actually going to. I just can't do a jokes and corks with it if I fucking crack it now. You guys make me crack it now, then I can't tell a corny joke. And I can't think of one off the top of my head because I'm really bad about that. Yeah. And I'm not going to tell you the one that I did for my jokes and corks. I feel like I shouldn't throw away the little purple thing. Is that weird? Let's set it aside. Okay, fresh pop. A fresh pop for the purple top. That's not really a purple top. It's a purple top that's not a purple top. Ready? Hey, that was a solid cork pop. That was legit. Okay, well, I guess we're doing an off the cuff with the Willet Bourbon. Why not? I don't have any more clean Glens, so we're just gonna defile it. Oh, let's see which one is which. Oh shit, now I forget which one's which. Oh well, whatever. I think formality's gone out the window, as it usually does. Okay, you can tell the joke. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to. You gotta watch the video. I need the algorithm fed. We're not doing Wednesday night jokes. I didn't prepare anything. Okay, fantastic. Oh, damn! It definitely smells young. A lot of ethanol. I mean, give it a second. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think about something. Let's get you guys to. I got this for under $60, just so you know. Yeah, faux purple top and a dirty Glen. Doesn't that seem about right? Why wouldn't I do that? I'll do the official actual review video here at some point soon. Timu 8-year. But just for you guys, just because you asked. But I want to know what you guys think about something. What do you guys think about this Bender Stash single barrels? I had a conversation with multiple people today regarding the Bender Stash single barrels. If you didn't know, Bill Bender actually got Willet to contract with him to sell him some of their single barrels to put in his bottles and sell them as Bender Stash with Willet distillate. So you've got some wheated bourbons or Willet bourbons. Prices on them are not super cheap. I'm seeing them in the mid 300 range, but for 8 and 9 year Willet bourbons, that's probably a $500 or $600 bottle of whiskey if it's in one of these. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Bender Stash? I'm curious about that. Has anybody here bought any Bender Stash? And if you saw it and didn't buy it, why didn't you buy it? Yeah, I'm going back to Knob Creek 12 or Kentucky Spirit. That's the problem. You're talking about a bourbon that's blended. I don't give a shit what kind of a packaging it is. You got a lot of competition in that $60 bourbon, 4-year bourbon for God's sake. I've heard Bender Stash is amazing, but it's purple top pricing. Expensive experimental juice at a crazy price. Yeah, specifically today we were talking about Canton barrels and French oak barrels in a 9-year bourbon, not finished, aged. But you're talking about $350, $380 bottles. But I know the one that I was talking about somebody with. If it was put in a Willet bourbon bottle with a purple top, it's going to be $600 or $700. It's still a lot to spend. I just didn't know if you guys are Willet purple top buyers. And you guys, the kind of people that buy Willet purple tops. And if you are, does that mean you're going to buy Bender Stash bottles? Have you bought Bender Stash bottles? I'm just really curious because I have not. I haven't had any. I don't have any experience with it. I don't know all that much about it. I just kind of started having conversations about it today. Willet and Hearst, the same stuff. Some of the Hirsch can be willet. If distillers sit on overage, they need to sell to NDPs to make up for sales slump. We need to look out for those releases. Carl, I think that is a great point. I think you are going to see some really great distilleries sell some of their barrels to non-distilling producers. And it's going to be up to you guys in the bourbon community to try and figure out where the secrets are, where the little gems are, like this whole crazy buff turkey thing that got way blown out of whack. But it was a good example. Same with the OZ Tyler barrels, where some of these barrels that were desirable barrels got sold to other bottlers and put in other bottles under other labels. I mean, Old Louisville is a great example of that, Steve, just for you. I don't know where my Old Louisville bottles are. There's some here. The Old Louisville bottles are really great barrels picked by Amin and put under his label. Beautiful label, by the way. But he's got some great stuff. Some really great stuff. I'm not a purple top buyer. Rather have a few far north instead. I'll try Bender Stash. I don't see the Willet move as swiftly as other premium bottles, and I think it's because they're pretty variable. Just Peters, of all of the Willet that I've had, and it's not a ton, but I've definitely had some Willet. They're all really fantastic. The problem is they're too stinking expensive. The last time I saw a couple of them drop here locally, they were $4.99 and $6.99, and I'm talking about at the grocery store where the prices are what they're supposed to be. Nuts. Again, not doing that. I'm not spending $500 on a bottle of whiskey unless it's a 30-year-old Scotch. Then maybe. I'm telling you guys. My wife and I were just talking about this recently. It's really hard, and I only remember a few things that I drank that were really expensive where I'm like, that is really, really, really special. And I'm talking about it has to be more special than the special stuff you get for $100, $150, or $200. It has to be $500 special when compared to $200 special. And that's really, really tough. Really, really tough. Oh, interesting. There's a little bit. I know that's a bourbon, but there's a little bit of mint. That's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, maybe if that opens up, that might open up. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that. I can tell you, I think that's going to be worth the $56 that I paid for it. How it's going to compare to other things that I have in this price point that are similar products remains to be seen. But I'm definitely not going to crap on this. 4 years is kind of young. I wish it was closer to 6, but it is still 123 proof. It's got some good proof to it. And my initial thought was that it seemed kind of young, but other than kind of a really sweet minty gum, so like a kind of a bubble gum, mint gum. Wow, what is that? I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit, but it's kind of coming across as a combination of bubble gum and a little bit of mint gum, but like sweet mint gum, not like this is good mint gum, like this is some bullshit fake mint flavored sweet gum. Random, did you try the JD14? Yes, I really like the JD14. Me personally, the 10, 12, 14 lineup, I like the 12 the best. I really wanted to like the 14 because I love that barrel proof idea, the barrel proof Jack Daniels. Barrel proof Jack Daniels stuff is really, really good. The 10's got a little bit too much of that Jack Daniels bonded banana Laffy Taffy kind of note to it. That just didn't say special to me. The 12, though, is actually really, really good. I really like the 12. If you're going to buy one, Big League Chew, holy crap, you nailed that. It is Big League Chew. Yeah, the Double Eagle Very Rare Rayleigh's is marked down. Sweet. Anybody want to go in like 47 ways? 147 ways. I might be down for that. Tastes like Noah's Mill. This? Nah, it's not nutty enough. 70% of the blend is high rye bourbon. Well, that would explain where the mintiness is coming from. Thanks, Tom. Noah's Mill to this? No, I don't know if I still have a bottle of Noah's Mill. I seem to remember Noah's Mill having more nuttiness to it. Yeah. That is an interesting comparison, though, also being from Willet. I think this seems to be a little bit more. It's a little more subtle. Well, Steve, they're not going to put the exact same shit in the bottle just because it's made from a blend of the same mash bill. I mean, shit, Buffalo Trace puts the same damn mash bill in 47 different products. They don't all taste the same. I will admit this. My memory for the taste of things is not the greatest. But I don't remember Noah's Mill tasting like that. I do think I have a bottle around here somewhere. You know, I think a Junior might have it. I'll have to track that down and try it. But it does taste more mature than 4 years. I mean, this thing is 6 years would have been something, but then it wouldn't have been under $60. Oh, 70-30 blend. There's 1,000 ways to blend 70-30. I'm not saying you're wrong. It might be similar to Noah's Mill. I just have to get it and try them side by side. Because for some reason, that is not what I remember Noah's Mill tasting like. But I might be thinking of something else. I don't know. That's just the way it goes. So, you guys, I do have some bad news. Let's say the good news first. So, we got the names drawn for the Las Vegas. I'm excited about that. It does look like we're going to do a bottle share. I got the names drawn for Still Austin. We're going to be able to have everybody there, a little bigger group. So thanks very much to the team over at Still Austin for letting us take a little bigger group. I am so looking forward to the barbecue. I want some barbecue so bad right now. We do have the Kentucky stuff pretty much lined up, but I've not drawn names yet. But I will give you this. Good news is it does look like I should be able to accommodate everybody that wants to go to Kentucky. But we're going to split up the people into picks. So some of you will pick one thing, some of you will pick another thing. But it looks like we're going to be able to have everybody go that wants to go. The bad news is it looks like Jack Daniels is really going to limit us on the number of pickers at Jack. So I'm fighting against it, but they're really going to make a small number. I'm not really happy about that, but we're not going to say no to a Jack Daniels pick. So everybody's just going to have to be understanding. Question: after the rare character pick is done, when will it be ready for purchase? Kanish, that is a fantastic question, sir. It will take forever. Rare character picks do not come quick. They've typically taken 7 to 8 months. And as far as the price point goes, Kanish, I don't know what we're picking, man. We could be picking a light whiskey. We could be picking a rye. We could be picking a bourbon. I told Pete, man, you're going to have to come with something special. We've set a high bar with our rare character picks, you guys. The first one, the Rio, was freaking fantastic. The American light whiskey is incredible. The rye that we're releasing with Liquor Lineup, which is this month, probably the end of the month, is fantastic. We're gonna have to pick something good. We'll be in Las Vegas at the end of the month. Tim, we're there like the 24th, 25th. I mean, if you're there, we overlap. Come out to the bottle share. Definitely older whiskey in the blend. The bottles seem pretty good for $60. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It could be the same mash bill in different ages. If this opens up, Steve, if you're right on this and this opens up a little bit, I think this could be a good bottle. By the time I do the review on it, it'll have breathed a little bit and you'll get a little better idea what my final judgment is on this bad boy. I'm going to miss you guys in Vegas. Well, Don, whose choice is that? You can do whatever you want, Don. You don't have to. Noah's Mill is 72-13-15. The 4-year is a blend of 52-38-10 and 72-13-15. So not the same, but yeah, I'm gonna have to find my bottle of Noah's Mill because I don't remember it tasting like that at all. This is, boy, 523810. That's a high rye mash bill. And it's not overly spicy or bitey. A little bit of ethanol on the nose there on the first pour, but it kind of went away pretty quick. Definitely the sweet kind of bubblegummy note on that is crazy. I'll be in Punta Cana. Holy crap. Listen, Don, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go and pick the rare character and do the bottle share at the boys? I'll go to Punta Cana and drink tequila. But that's how much it's important to me that you have a good experience, Don, is that you're able to come to the bottle share. I will go and get a sunburn in Punta Cana. So Squirrel apparently goes to Punta Cana all the time. Wonderful, Squirrel. Thank you. So what else is going on? Here's what I need to know. Here's what I want to know from you guys. Thanks for answering the Bender thing, kind of. It seems like there's a lot of buzz around the Bender stash, but I haven't heard too many people say have bottles. King County pick. So I need that's what I was going to go to there, Tim. We need a third distillery for Tennessee. So we're going to Jack Daniels, going to go to Old Glory. I need a third one. I was kind of thinking Old Dom. I'd really like to do Old Dom, but Memphis is not close to Nashville. That's a bit of a hike out there. So I was curious as to what you guys might think would be a good one to do around the Nashville area thereabouts, or somewhere between Lynchburg and Nashville, to find ourselves a third barrel, because it really makes a lot more sense for us to pay the expense to go out there if we can find a third barrel. With Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet and I living off this whole dang thing now, wildly irresponsible thing to do. Being smart about stuff like that is going to make a big difference. So picking a third barrel would make a big difference. The Bender stash is just too expensive without trying it first. Agreed. Southern Collective. Juan found a beacon. That a boy. Good. That's fantastic. I love that bottle. Nashville Barrel Company. Hold on. I'm going to write these things down. We got to make notes when you guys talk, because you guys say some good stuff. So if it was Southern Collective or Nashville Barrel. Let's do this. Let's do... see what you guys think. This is some live craziness right now. We need Nashville. How do you spell Nashville? Just kidding. This is a Southern. Boom. Okay. Which would you rather do a barrel pick at? Nashville Barrel or Southern Collective? Put your vote in there. I mean, we could do Leapers. I know that Colby just came off of a Leapers pick that actually everybody really, really liked. It sold very, very well, so I'm not against that idea. Sean, that's a good suggestion. Dickel. Paul, of course you would suggest the Dickel. What's up, RC121? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about doing a single barrel of Dickel. I'm not even sure what their program is like or what kind of a product you'd get or any of that stuff. Southern Star pick. So we are actually doing, spoiler alert, we're actually doing a Southern Star cask strength. I got some Paragon samples. We're not going out there. It's not close. But we are going to do a Southern, hopefully. I haven't tried the samples yet because I'm waiting, because this is one I want to do with patrons, so it's not going to be me alone. I really want to get some feedback on this one. It'll probably be a Bonded Bottle Shop pick because we're not doing it officially. But we're going to do a Southern Star Paragon. NBC. Put a vote. Come on, guys. Vote. You guys see the little votey thing in there. Looks like Nashville Barrel is winning. If you want Southern Collective, you better get your votes in there, because it's 64-36 right now. I just got a bottle of Pappy Van Stinkle 2-year. What? Southern Collective Green River. We actually do have a Green River foolproof weeded pick coming for Bonded Bottle Shop. I also got offered today a Bardstown pick, a single barrel pick. So basically the white label in a single barrel. I think we're going to do that. So we got some really cool stuff coming. You guys, if you have a single barrel that you would like to see us do, specifically one that you think will sell well, you guys got to email me that stuff because we are searching for single barrels to keep the pipeline going. I want to do a couple a month. Um, but it's actually kind of difficult because to try and pick it, you can't just go out and grab single barrels of any kind. I mean, I could, but I don't want to end up with a bunch of stuff. I want to be careful about what we pick, stuff that you guys want, reasonably priced stuff. So we got a lot of stuff, and then I picked some really good stuff, and you guys don't even buy the damn thing. The Frey Ranch cast strength is freaking nuts. We got that Bardstown Freedom batch. That's amazing. And you guys didn't buy it out. You guys are rye haters. Too many of you been listening to Devin. You've been listening to Devin too much. Nashville picks are getting really expensive, and I've heard through several sources they're making new picks work for nicer stuff. Interesting. Price point on older Dickel single barrel is usually pretty attractive. How about Whiskey Thief? I'm not really familiar with Whiskey Thief. The Dickel single barrels. I mean, I like the Dickel stuff. I do. I don't mind. I don't get a real strong sense of that that chewable vitamin note, that medicinal or not medicinal mineral. When I do get it, I don't mind it. I like it. I think it's really, really good. I do like my lemon green. Some of the stuff has been really good. For all you Frey Ranch, if you guys haven't bought the Frey Ranch single barrel that's in Bond Bottle Shop right now, you're absolutely out of your mind. It's an incredible wheat. Everybody that's had it says it's or a credible rye whiskey, and everybody that's had it said that it's incredible. They love it. You can't get that, man. There's not that available. So anyway, single barrel Bardstown. Yep, but I was just talking about that today. Yeah, you guys, I'm sorry about that drop. I'm gonna try really hard not to do 4-bottle drops in the future. Need a weeded pick, maybe Bardstown High Wheat. I think the Bardstowns that we're getting is the white label mash bill. We'll get some clarity on that, but we do have a Green River foolproof weeded pick coming, and it should actually be here. I'm actually hoping it's going to be in the next drop, which would be fantastic because right after a drop, that'd be really, really cool. I have 10 ryes. That's more than I'll ever drink in a lifetime. Well, Devin, you need to learn to expand your palate a little bit. You used to crawl around and wear diapers, and you don't any. In the future, you're not going to do that anymore. So sometimes we have to eventually grow up. George Dickel 15 plus picks that Take does are quite good. Yeah, I can imagine. I just don't know how well a Dickel pick would sell. Hope you got good choices for the Paragon. Scotty, me too. I have not cracked them open, only because they're only small samples, and I can't do anything with them because I won't have enough to pour for several patrons to pick it. That when they send us those little tiny bottles, we can do picks with 4 or 5 patrons, but it's hard. We got to be real careful. So I haven't tried them yet. I haven't cracked them. I haven't smelled them. Nothing. But the Paragon, the Southern Star that I've had is good. It's good. What about some River Root stuff? That is something that we can do, Kevin. We do have a connection for River Roots. I just haven't done that yet for 2 reasons. One, it looks like Nashville Barrel 1, by the way. I haven't done that yet because one, it's not that easy to get up there to River Roots because of where they're located at. We'd have to make the time to do it, and I want to go in person and do that. And the River Roots stuff, a lot of it's a little expensive, but I will do a River Roots at some point. I want to do the custom label. You know me and custom labels. I love that crap. Paragon is both weeded or rye, brother. Scotty, they've got Southern Star has a weeded cast strength and a rye cast strength. I only know that because I have one and the other one is coming. I can't reach it. It's over there to see which one we have. I think the one we got is probably the rye. Old Forester. I like the idea of doing an Old Forester single barrel, especially the 100 proofers. We may get around to that. The problem with some of those big distilleries is the yields are really, really high, and that's always a little bit of a hesitation for me. Chef Chris would buy a case of 16 or 18 year Dickel. Well, if we had like 15 Chef Chris's, then I could do it no problem. The cast strength Southern Star I just got is delicious. It is. The weeded one that they sent me is fantastic. I got the rye one coming. I got those samples there, and I had I have one other bottle of Southern Star right here somewhere, but the Southern Star stuff's actually really, really good. I'm excited. That's why I wanted to do the single barrel with them. That's why I asked. Also, the other one I wanted to ask you guys about. I love having you guys here to bounce the stuff off of. What about Jay Henry? Is Jay Henry one that you guys would be curious about? Because I was talking to Joe Henry this week too. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. All these people we get to have conversations with. That's my favorite thing about this is talking to really cool people, trying really cool whiskey. All of you guys, it's a lot of fun. Oh, another Westward ASM hazmat. We have talked to Jonathan at Westward. We can get a single barrel. I don't know if we'll be able to get a hazmat or not because there are very, very few of those. That was the first one he ever released. But I bet we can get a pretty freaking badass Westward single barrel. We'll get up there and do that. We've got Vegas this month. We've got Texas next month. We've got Kentucky in April. We've got Tennessee in May. And then we're going to have to figure out what to go from there. So maybe we'll get up to Westward in like June. Because we're doing Alaska in July. There's a lot of stuff going on, you guys. Jay Henry isn't great. Oh, no. Well, here's the thing about the Jay Henry. They were actually talking to a whiskey society, and the whiskey society did not like the samples. I talked to Joe Henry only because I don't necessarily always agree with the whiskey society that said no and kind of the way that they pick stuff. So I'm like, well, maybe if they didn't like it, I might like it. So we're talking to Joe about sending some samples out, and we're just going to see. Because you never know. He's got 10-year stuff now. He's got stuff that's up to 10 years old, Jay Henry does. So we will see. I'd love to do a Bowman Brothers Scrock. I think the other Southern Star called Paragon indicated it was the wheat. The other Southern Stars are not wheated. Don't say Paragon. Boy. Oh, now you're going to make me get up. No, you're not. I was just... Because... Southern Star... Trying to think of which one it was that we... Why you guys made me look this shit up? We're supposed to be doing a live show right now. Imagine if this your television show was like this. So the Southern Star Paragon Cast Strength Wheated is the black label. You are correct. The Southern Star is called Bourbon. The rye mash bill just says Bourbon. It doesn't say Paragon. That must be how they differentiate the two. The Paragon is the one that I just got recently, and then they're sending out the Bourbon, and I'm pretty sure... I have to go find it. I'm pretty sure that the pick that we have is the rye mash bill cast strength. Kanish was number 1 tonight. Oh, yeah. I'm like, what's the little crown for? You are number 1. Mattingly would be a good choice. Not a fan of J. Henry. I enjoyed J. Henry Barrel Proof. It was crafty and doughy. That was positive for me. That might not be a lane everybody's going to be stoked with. I'm not sure. Yo, been a fan for some years now, just different accounts. I drink too much, so I go through phones. What's up, 504? Buddy, that was funny. Thanks for coming by. That is so funny. You got to get down to Georgia and let's do a pick at short barrel. Oh, we're going to do a pick at short barrel, and I want to do a pick at freaking JT Malik. Those are on my hit lists. The problem with, and we got invited out to short barrel. The problem with short barrel is there's nothing else I can do while I'm down there. Part of the issue with me doing this full time now, if you didn't know I'm doing this full time now, is trying to make the math work. Flying down to Atlanta to do a pick at short barrel, the cost of that doesn't really pencil very well to pick one barrel. By the time you talk about the flights, the stays, and sometimes the distilleries will help out a little bit, and that makes it easier. But unless Short Barrel wanted to help out a little bit, it makes it really difficult to justify. So I want to do it, but we kind of have to wait till this thing grows a little bit more for me to be able to make sense out of flying to one place to do a barrel pick. And I can get samples sent out, but I would always rather go there. I'm not opposed to getting samples sent out, but we'll see. Like the Southern Star, we got samples sent out because I had already been talking to them, and I'm not going to Southern Star anytime soon. We're kind of on a roll with them, so I was like, we'll just send them out. Kanish. Ben Holiday. I do want to go to Ben Holiday. I'd love to do a soft red wheat Rickhouse proof pick. That would be amazing. With Kansas City, we got friends out there, and we could combine Jay Rieger and do 2-for-1, see some friends. Yeah, I want to do a JT Melick pick so bad. Their picks, and you can see I got a couple of them back here, are really, really fantastic. Like, really fantastic. ASW is in Atlanta. Okay. Maybe we can get a little Atlanta trip going. You need to get your own plane. Yeah, so we're going to introduce a Patreon tier. We're going to introduce the Kings tier. It's going to be $10,000 a month. You're not going to get anything extra other than you can fly on the jet with me if you want. Once we get like 10 people doing that tier, then we'll fly private and I can go and do whatever you guys want to do. So just let me know if you want to sign up for the Kings tier. I should actually put that on the Patreon just for goofs. That would cause a little stir. Just put a Kings tier, $10,000 a month, and I'll put sold out. I'll spin some heads around. Any chance of an E.H. Taylor single barrel pick, like liquor lineup? So Kanish, I'd love to do 13th Colony. I'm trying to get some more 13th Colony for the shop, you guys. By the way, I had a conversation with them today. We had a run of them. We sold them all because I was selling them for a regular price, and they sold fast. As far as the E.H. Taylor pick goes, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure what we're going to be able to do to get one of those, because you got to remember that the way, as far as the distilleries are concerned, we have some relationships with them, so we're getting our single barrels through those relationships. But unless we win the lottery, we are not a standalone liquor store that sells a crap ton of Wheatley vodka. So I would have to do it through another route, or if one of the patrons won the barrel lottery and was nice enough to let us take that. But that's the whole. Maybe it'll change. But the whole Buffalo Trace single barrel thing is a bit of a game that I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to play very well. Yeah. If we're doing a Buffalo Trace pick, let's just go for the Elmer T. Lee single barrel. Yeah, those are going to be in demand. Holy shit. We can do short barrel on 13th Colony. I'd be down for that. I might be in for the private jet. Don, let's go. Yeah, I'll get the plane if you pay for the gas. No, you're going to have to, Caleb, you're going to have to pay for the plane too. Do you watch any other bourbon whiskey reviewers? That's a good question. RC, not as much as you would think. I do like some of the ones that you guys like. I watched the Bourbon Junkies a lot early on. I don't watch them as much now. I think once they got the distillery going, they're not doing as much of the stuff that I was watching them for. I like the SLB sometimes, but my attention span is super short, so I have a hard time watching all the way through those, and I don't want to mess with the algorithm. I like Bruzel's hunt videos, and I like TJ specifically, but I don't watch as much online whiskey content as you would think, because the time that I spend online on the socials and stuff, I'm trying to create content or interact with you guys. So I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I still respond to a crap load of comments. I acknowledge all of them. I look at all of them. I look at every comment on every platform except for X and Facebook's a little, but for Instagram and YouTube and our Patreon and all that, I look at every single comment. I respond to every email that's sent to me. So by the time I'm done doing that and then making content and doing all that stuff, I've been on socials a fair amount, so I don't then spend a lot of time scrolling. But those are the ones I like to watch, the same ones that you guys like to watch. I go through JTM. Let's see if we catch up on where you guys are at here real quick. I'll buy a pallet of Fireball. Yeah. The problem is I gotta have my own. I need my own liquor license number to be able to play that game. What about the Bad Axe? I like Bobby. Him and the RC bar. I'm gonna get that wrong. Cool guys, but because sometimes I will look through things to make sure I'm not missing any trend, but it's pretty quick, and I have seen some of Bobby's stuff. He's a character, man. Sometimes I like his stuff, and sometimes I'm like, damn, man. Watch where you're swinging that axe, bro. Good people though. I like him. I like him, and the RC. You guys got to tell me I'm getting the name wrong. RC bar, the RC DC RC bar, his buddy that he's always with. They did that single barrel. They've got a promo going in for a single barrel. They're doing a charity right now. Hard to keep up with TJ. Yeah, TJ's a machine. Absolute machine. But TJ is one of the few. Like recently, I watched the video where he walked around his distillery on the television. So his long form content. Once in a while, he'll have a tile on there that'll get me going. Once in a while, SLB will have a comparison or blind to some kind. Like, okay, well, it's interesting just to kind of see what he says and what he's doing the tasting on. Because it'll give me an idea of maybe some ideas of if I want to do something similar or like if I want to compare. So like right now, if I want to do a blind with this Willet and something else, I might go to socials and kind of see what other people are saying they're comparing this to. Because I want to be able to do stuff that you guys are interested in. And the only way to do that is to watch what you guys are watching and see the comments and stuff. Only because certain people send too many messages. Oh, Dirty RC Bar. There you go, DRC. What's the RC? Like remote control? What am I missing there? Yes, that is the name of it, Dirty RC Bar. Oh, look, Just One More Bourbon is number 1. How did you... Oh, man, you guys are so funny. The response time is usually a day. Kanish, sometimes I got to think about what I'm going to say to you, brother. Depending upon what the question you ask is, I will sometimes delay my response if it's a more complicated question or more complicated response, or I have to think about how I feel about something, or my initial reaction to the question is something that I probably should think about and react differently to. Does that make sense? Have you done a larrikin pick already? No, I have not done a larrikin pick. It did come up, and I didn't do it. We may have to circle back on that, but because I'm still at the point, our audience size, where I'm kind of being careful about what we pick based on what I think everybody will buy. I'm not 100% sure if we could sell out a larrikin pick or not. I mean, it seems like you guys like larrikin, but do you like it 170 bottles if I like it? I don't know. Make sure you hype the video. Oh, yeah, you guys, please make sure you're using the hypes on my videos. I spent some time working on those damn things, and those are some damn good videos. And some of them get views, and some of them don't get views. I am working on the next Whiskey Vaults video. It is really freaking good. I'm hoping to edit in a way that YouTube will think it's really freaking good, but you guys, when that comes out, please hype that bad boy. It is an incredible location that I went to, and you guys are definitely going to be interested in seeing it. We have a contact at Larrikin. Larrikin Weeded is good. Larrikin Hazmat's drink so smooth. Pack a great punch. Kanish is doing something here. I want to thank you for responding to our comments. Seriously, a great channel you have. RC are my initials. Okay, so Dirty RC Bar, RC being the initials. Thank you for clearing that up. I'm terrible about that stuff. Aren't you doing RC? Are you the same guy? DRC? Is that you? RC 121CRX? Because if it is you, I have a question. What's a hype? YouTube has a new feature. If you watch a video, there's a little thing on there that says hype, and you can hype up a video. You can do, somebody said 3 a week. You can do several a week, and it helps push the videos. But you guys, listen, comment, like, make sure you're doing the subscribe and share thing. That's all I need from you guys for sure. Depends on how hard sell it is. Man, you are a Whiskey Weather. Oh, you and Whiskey Weather are my go-to. Yeah, Whiskey Weather just went full-time. Good for him, too. He does some good stuff. I got to tell you, I think his production value is better than mine. Something I got to work on. I just talk and make silly faces. Oh, okay, RC. Just checking. 51 streamers right now is pretty high. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't looking at you guys. Here's the thing about this old thing. I'm not the best at a lot of these things. Like, I wasn't even paying attention at all how many people were watching or if anybody was watching. I'm just watching your guys' chats, and I basically do these lives on Wednesdays anymore. I do them for you guys that show up, to have some stuff to talk about, show up for you guys, do a little content. Not that many people watch these. I don't think I've ever had a live video go past 1,000 views. So I'm not doing them for the views or the hype. I'm doing it because you guys are here, and I enjoy looking at your guys' comments and just telling you guys what's going on, and that's about it. We've gone longer than an hour too. That makes 3 RCs in here. It was over 60 when Conrad was yelling at you. Listen to negativity sells, people. If I start talking about how terrible it is. Okay. That's funny. You're doing it for me and I'm doing it for you. And that is the heart of the whiskey community right there. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before I bounce out of this thing? Yeah, I know we're an extra 15 minutes late, and I'm starving. I gotta eat something. Nothing? Speak now, forever hold your peace. You guys, thank you for showing up. Let's see what do we got on the calendar. Where's my calendar? Let's make sure that we don't have any additional things we need to address. We will be here next Wednesday at 6:30. I got nothing going on next Thursday. Enjoy and appreciate hanging with you, Connor, especially from my break of alcohol. Yeah, thanks you guys for being here. Okay, so we'll be here next week at the same time, 6:30. Covering some of the same stuff, talking about whichever you guys want to talk about. If the things you want to address for the Wednesday night lives, if there's something you want to see me crack, you want to see a live comparison, you want to talk about a specific subject, just let me know and we'll do it. If you're not a patron, please think about joining Patreon. We're doing the Aged in Ore giveaway this month. You don't have to be a paid patron. I'm doing Aged in Ore for everybody that's a patron, free or paid or otherwise. As long as you're over there, we're going to give away some cool Aged in Ore stuff because I don't know if we're going to get another bourbon drop in February or not. It looks like it might push into early March because I don't want to pre-sell anything, so we're waiting for things to come in, and it's always hard to say when that's going to happen. Uh-oh. This is the first live with no Redwood Empire. Well, there's always Redwood Empire in the background, and if you guys will notice my new setup back here, if you guys didn't notice, I've changed something here. It's all changed. It's a lot taller than it used to be. There's a lot of stuff up there. You can't see it on the camera right now, but you're going to see it on some of the other videos. And there's some Redwood Empire right at the middle of that bad boy, and all the tubes are at the top up there. Redwood Empire is going to be around. Speaking of which, there are still a couple of Redwood Empire rye haystack bottles in the shop you guys didn't buy up. Really thought you guys buy that up. Hit the thumbs up, everyone. Look at Kenny with the green stripe. You guys, thank you guys so much for being here. If you are a patron, you can head over to the Discord to the live video chat and talk it up until God knows what hours because you guys don't seem to sleep. I wish I could figure out how you do that because, man, what we could accomplish if I didn't have to sleep. Yeah, so we'll do some blinds. You guys, I'll tell you what I will do. I will take your guys' because a couple of you guys suggested it. We'll do some weeded blinds. I'm really curious to see. I'm going to have to go find myself a full bottle of this because, as you can see, the rate I'm drinking this at, there's not going to be much to do blinds with. I better stop on that. But I've got a whole mess of weeders that I'm interested in seeing if that bad boy will beat. Need the rye 3. Joyce has still got a damn rye 3. Right? Yep, I got the soda blind right here. You guys, please support Chris at Whiskey Noobs. Grab a soda blind when he drops the damn things. They're awesome. We'll do some videos with that. And the Redwood Haystacks, they are sold out. I'm going to re-release them probably next month. But right now I've got a couple of bottles of a rye pick that we didn't pick, but it's still a haystack rye pick. There's a couple that I was able to get my hands on and throw into the shop. Remember, Noah's Mill and that purple top. Yeah, I got to find that damn Noah's Mill. Sleep is for the weak. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming this week, you guys. We'll be here next week at 6:30. I appreciate all of you guys so much. And I proved it by not flipping on the monetizing. Look, I'm not flipping on the monetizing for the live, just for you guys. But if you watch the replay, you're going to have to watch the commercials because I got to get paid. Somehow. YouTube's not going to do it for me, but it helps. I need that 47 cents. I make 10,000 videos and I'll be okay this month. All right. How do I buy bourbon from you? That is a great question. Bondedbottleshop.com. It's that simple. Bondedabottleshop.com. You can Google it. You can go to whiskeybonded.com and get there. You can probably just say, "Hey Siri, take me to bondedbottleshop.com" for you iPhone people. But yes, please check that out. Okay. Please check out the bondedbottleshop.com. Use it if you find stuff that you want. If you're a patron, please don't forget to check the damn special section with the discounts. There are 4 bottles right now with discounts for patrons. The Jack Daniel Heritage Barrel, a couple of Cowboy bourbons, and a barrel. Special shirt. Okay? Thank you. This is my Garrison Brothers Sonora shirt. Look. Sonora. Yes. I love this shirt. I got a lot of whiskey t-shirts. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys next week. Head on over to the Discord if you're a patron. If you're not a patron, head over to Patreon, sign up for Patreon, get the Discord lit, go over to the Discord, and then join the Discord. It's only like 5 steps. It's a lot to ask, I know. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. 6:30 right here for Whiskey Minded Live. Whiskey Wednesdays. Whiskey business. Talk Whiskey Wednesday to me.